One of the scariest parts about depression isn't just the sadness. It's when your brain stops being able to focus on the things that you used to enjoy. In today's video, we're going to talk about depression and how it affects your concentration and attention. Many people are able to recognize depression as overwhelming sadness, frustration, feeling stuck or unable to complete some of the tasks that we used to enjoy doing. But not many people understand that depression also affects our ability to concentrate and to pay attention to things that we may enjoy doing. And what happens is when we suffer from depression, the tank that we have that helps us to moderate the depression gets depleted. For example, if you have a car that's very fuel efficient, you're able to go many miles without having to stop and refuel for gasoline. Whereas on the other hand, if you have a car that is less fuel efficient, then you have to stop and refuel more frequently. In this analogy, this is just like what happens with our mental capacity. As we go through the day and we deal with some of the automatic thoughts that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, our mental capacity to regulate the depression becomes depleted. And what happens is we have to figure out a way to refuel it. So, as the day goes on, we have automatic thoughts. These automatic thoughts may include things that say, I'm completely stuck in my failures. I'm never going to get any better. I'm awful person. I'm always going to be stuck in this addiction. I'm never going to get this job right. I'm always going to be a failure. These automatic negative thoughts just continue and continue to build up. And what happens is it fills up our working memory, which has very limited capacity on how much it can deal with. And so when you fill up this capacity, then your brain has to worry about what it's going to pay attention to and how it's going to focus its attention. Let's say, for example, you've went through a day at work and you've had some maybe some issues with your boss, or you've had some issues with some employees, or you had some issues with some of your customers, or whatever. You've had a rough day at work. You come home and you want to wind down, right? And you decide that maybe you and your husband, or you and your wife, or whoever your significant other is, decides that you want to sit down and watch a movie. And you pay attention for the first 5 or 10 minutes, and you are able to focus on it, okay? And next thing you know, your mind starts to wander. Your mind begins to think about the things that happened throughout the day, begins to worry about going back over the some of the conversations that you had with your boss or with your coworkers. And next thing you know, the movie's already halfway over and you don't even know what the movie's about, because your mind has been focusing on these depressive automatic thoughts that are continuing to come up in your day-to-day thinking. What happens is, over a period of time, this can begin to look quite a bit like ADHD symptoms. We begin to forget things. We begin to have to remind ourselves of appointments, and we have to make schedules, and we have to put things in certain places so we can remember them. For example, if your mind is full of all these automatic negative thoughts, and you get up in the morning and these automatic negative thoughts are coming on, and you're thinking about these things, and now you're trying to project them into the future, and you're trying to say, oh man, what if this happens again? And then you have all of these depressive thoughts and feelings. What happens is you're going to forget your phone. You're going to forget your keys. You're going to forget your wallet. You're going to forget your purse. You're going to forget something because you can't have all of these things going on all at once. So it looks a lot like ADHD. People will say, I guess I'm ADHD then. I don't know why I keep forgetting all these things. But the problem is they don't understand that this depression is causing them to have issues with concentration and memory and attention. How do you fix this? There is hope. When depression decreases, concentration and focus should increase. How do we do this? First, sleep hygiene. Going to sleep at the same time, waking up at the same time, getting an adequate amount of hours of sleep every night, 7, 8, 9 hours. It's according to what your body needs. Having some sort of routine before we go to bed. This may include taking a shower, doing whatever we need to do that makes us makes our nervous system begin to get ready for bed. Brushing teeth, removing the electronics 30 minutes to an hour before we go to bed, putting our electronics in a room that's other than our bedroom so that it doesn't affect us during the middle of the night and cause us to wake up and lose the sleep that's helping us to refuel our system. As we sleep, the body is able to generate energy. We're going to call it fuel, just like you would put in a car, and it fills up your tank. Second, you have to worry about having a correct diet. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. If you would like to have more information about that, I would highly encourage you to talk to your PCP or a dietitian to see if they can help you with that. But getting enough protein, enough fiber, enough vegetables, enough healthy fats, all of these things are very important so that you're able to your body's able to produce the chemicals that it needs to replenish that fuel tank. Also, a healthy gut biome, probiotics, healthy yogurts, things like that. The gut is what regulates serotonin levels and helps us to refuel the brain so that it's able to regulate depression. And if you have any questions about any of this, I would suggest that you find a therapist, talk to somebody, especially if your depression is severe. There may be other things that need to be done in order for this to work effectively. If you've been able to get any information out of this video, I would highly encourage you or appreciate it if you would hit that like and subscribe button. It would definitely help me to grow the channel so that we can continue making content like this. And if you have any questions or comments, leave those in the comment section below. Let me know. Have you changed your sleep schedule or your diet? And let me know how that's affecting your depression. Hope you have a good day. We'll catch you next time.